Flosstube and welcome to Punky's Place. My name is Heather and I go by Punky Pearls on Facebook, Instagram, Ravelry, and I also have an Etsy shop by the same name. Speaking of the Etsy shop, it is in vacation mode because I am working on some special orders, but it should be open up shortly if I open it up at all, because Etsy is upping their prices. So I might just be selling on Instagram and maybe in the future start a website. Anyways, so it's been a while since my last video and so much has happened. This video will be a little bit of a catch-up to show you what I've been working on recently. A lot of haul from a trip to South Carolina and also to Acorns and Threads yesterday. Other than that, everything here has been great, and let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you is my finished object. For those of you who've been watching for a while, you know that I was part of a Red Robin with Bobby Pumpkin Creep Primitives, Stacy C Stitches, Jessica Stitches of Sass, our friend Sally, who doesn't have a floss tube, and Janet Jabber. I think that's everybody. Yeah, I think that's everybody. We met up last month in South Carolina. We had been stitching on Flosstube Friends for about a year, and we decided a couple months before that year was up and we were done that we were going to meet in South Carolina. The trip was fantastic. We had the best time. We had a special VIP day at Fire Poppies, and I'll show you that haul in a little bit. But here is my finished object. This is Flosstube Friends, and I stitched the blue lady. Janet stitched the next one. Bobby made herself. Who did that one? I think let's see. My eyes aren't working today. Yes, Stacy did the middle one. That lady was my favorite, but the hardest to stitch. So many lines, and I always messed up. And I had to stitch her twice. And then Jessica did the lady in the reddish dress, and Sally did the green. This was stitched on 40 count mallow, and I love it. I haven't decided how I'm going to finish it, but it will hang up here in my studio right in front of my computer. Speaking of studio, I don't know if you noticed, this is the same room, but I did rearrange it a couple weeks ago, and I'm so happy. My room feels so much bigger. I've been really productive making some bags. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but you can see I have been stitching a lot, but bag making has been my new obsession. I do have a couple custom orders to finish, which is exciting, so thank you for that. The next thing I want to show you are the works in progress, or whips, that I have been working on. This one is still in a Q-snap. My hand was hurting. With the handbag making, I have to flip a lot of the bags inside out, and the motion like this hurts my wrist. So I did put this one in a Q-snap. Also, my stitches were getting really hard. I usually stitch in hand, and it was getting really hard to stitch through the thick fabric. But this one is Dimensions Kit, Wreath of All Seasons. I have been stitching this one as a memorial for my grandma. I'm almost done with spring, and I think I'm going to pop up to summer when I'm done. Kind of stay in the season, maybe. If I'm lucky, finish it this summer, or finish that section this summer, that'd be great. This is everything called for in the kit. I think it's 18 count Ada with the called for flosses. I'll show you what the pattern will look like when it's done. Maybe. It'll look like this. So I just finished this part, and I think I'm going to shimmy up there to those hydrangeas. So this is in a Punky Pearls bag that I haven't released yet, but it's a completely clear bag. It's pretty big and it fits all my, it's double clear. So I figured it was a fancy Ziploc bag. I'll put that down there. Okay. I also started a new project. It was intended for a Valentine's gift for my husband, but I did not finish it, so it will probably be an anniversary gift. Shh, don't tell him. I don't think he watches these videos. But this is a Frosted Pumpkin I Love You a Latte, I believe it's called. I'll post a picture here. But this is how far I got. My husband makes the coffee for me every morning when he's home. We don't have a regular coffee pot anymore, so he's resorted to putting the coffee pot in a cup and having everything sitting out for me. But this is stitched on a piece of Jody fabric, and I used Sulky 12 weight thread. I just pulled colors that were similar to the chart. There's a couple DMCs in there, but most of it's Sulky. While we were in South Carolina, I did bring some stitching with me, and the first couple nights I stitched on Pandemic. This is stitched on 40 count mallows, Weigart linen. Make sure. I did most of that motif while we were in South Carolina. I love how this is turning out. Of course, I started other things too, so it has been put to the side, but I want to keep working on that one. I did a lot of stitching during football season on this one, during the playoff games. I don't know if you followed me on Instagram. I did have to rip out one of the motifs all the way because I was a half a stitch off, and you can completely tell. It was ridiculous. But the next thing we stitched on, all of us brought our Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. Well, most of us. I think most of us brought it. I don't know if all of us stitched on it. I know Janet already finished hers a while ago, so she's not stitching it with us. But here is where I am at. I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm not using the called for flosses, I am going to rip out the fence. I found a Sulky. Let's see, what weight is this? Or what count is this? Oh, I might not be able to do it. But I think I'm going to actually get the fancy floss for the fence. It's just not showing up very well. But this is on 40 count Be Stitch Me After the Harvest. Look at this piece of fabric. It is a fantastic piece of fabric. So it's a big piece, so I will have plenty. Alright. Also, while I was in South Carolina, we did get a lot of stitching done. We did do a lot of laughing, and if you've watched any of the girls, they might reference some running to the bathroom because we were gonna pee. The we is me. We were laughing so hard. But anyway, so the next thing I stitched on was Strawberry Fields Forever. And this chart reminds me of my 40th birthday. I did get to go to England, and I did see strawberry fields, and that fence right there looks just like the fence. So I had to stitch that. This is stitched on a piece of Color and Cotton Eggnog, 32 count Belfast. And here is where I'm at. I am stitching this with hardly any of the called for flosses. I just grabbed from my stash similar fancy flosses to the chart. So it does look similar, but they're not exactly the same. I think I am going to follow Stitchuation Normal's lead and change the fence color a little bit. I think I need to change a couple of them. I don't really care for the color on my fabric, but the day that we went to Fire Poppies, we shopped a lot, and by I mean a lot, all of us shopped a lot. While I was there, I did pick up Rusty Rhapsody, and I couldn't wait to start it. This is a Rosewood Manor pattern, and I plan on doing the top part. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the alphabet or if I'm going to take the alphabet out and scoot this part up and maybe do some sort of border or just leave it that way. But this is on a piece of 40 count, I believe, Dark Mountain by X Jude Designs. And this is as far as I've gotten. And the thread I'm using is Classic Colorworks Black Coffee. I put it away because I had to rip out a motif I was off up here. So it did go in the naughty pile for a little bit. But I am loving how this is turning out. Ink Circles patterns are, or not Ink Circles, Rosewood Manor patterns, their Quakers are beautiful. I know I stitched on more. Oh, last night, night before last, I did start a new project. I follow Teresa Kogut, and I have been teleworking for a while. We go back to work next week full time, which I'm kind of sad about because the commute, not having to commute, saves you a lot of time and you get to do more productive things in your craft room. But she was painting a really cute painting called Robin's Garden, and I asked her if she was making it into a chart, and she said yes, but only for Patreon members. So I hopped on to Patreon. I made sure I became one of those members. I'll post a picture of the chart here, but this is as far as I've gotten. Oh, no, it goes this way. And I am stitching with the called for flosses. I had to braid them because some of these flosses were on bobbins and they look all raggedy, but you can see all the different floss drops I just grabbed from my stash. I actually had every single color that was on the chart, which I'm excited about. That hardly ever happens. And this is stitched on a piece of 36 count white and gray dot Zweigart. Okay, let's see. I know I stitched on more. At least I think I stitched on more, but I don't know. Maybe I didn't bring them in here. I don't know what it was exactly. But that pile's empty. So now to the fun stuff. Haul. And when I say haul, this bag is full. And I'm excited to show you so I can start casting on or starting all the things because that's what I love to do. Not finish all the things, so, but let's see. Let's flip it this way. I'll start with my Fire Poppies haul. If you watched while we were in South Carolina, we did a YouTube together and all of us showed our haul. So that's a fun video. You can hop on over to Stacy Stitches or Bobby's Pumpkin Creek Primitives or Jessica's Station channel to watch all our haul and the laughs. I mean, there's a lot of inside jokes there, and I was really trying hard not to pee my pants on that one too. Anyways, it was fun. So I did get a bunch of floss. I won't show you all that, but this fabric is Chalkboard by Extrude Designs. It's a fat half. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. And I'll show you what I plan on stitching on this. So it's big enough for a couple projects. I got Compass 40 count linen by Fortnite Fabrics. I don't want to lose these little papers because it tells you all the goodies, all the information. I think almost all of us got a piece of this. It's a 40 count Swamp by Extrude Designs. I have plans for that one. I don't know where that little paper went, so I'm going to have to make myself one before I forget what that one is. And then Ymir was there with us. She wasn't part of the Flosstube Friends originally, but she is our extra Flosstube friend. She came and spent time with us during that week and was part of the whole weekend as well. And her and I both fell in love with this Midnight Ride by Extrude Designs 40 count. She had it on the cut table for her to get a piece, and I said, oh, you're going to share that with me, right, basically. But look at that piece of fabric. Isn't that fun? I think her and I are going to do a stitch along with it. Hers will probably be about this big. Mine will be about this big. We don't know what we're going to stitch on it yet, but I'm excited for that. I picked up Let's Talk Winter. Let's Talk Summer. I think I need Fall, and that's it on that one. My favorite Beatles song is Blackbird, so I picked up the Blackbird chart by Blackbird Designs. I also got another hands-on design. Let's Talk Stitching. Apparently I'm obsessed with Let's Talk series, and it came with the bag pattern. Sewing Club by Blackbird Designs. And I think that was everything from Fire Poppies. Yes, that was everything from Fire Poppies. And then while we were there, Bobby was talking about a stitch along. And if you follow Anna Stitch Roadies, she was talking about this chart too. So I'm excited. I'll probably start it earlier than Bobby because I'm too excited about it. But Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I picked up my flosses yesterday from Acorns and Threads. This is all from Bobby's website, Pumpkin Creek Primitive. So these next couple charts are from her. Modern Folk Embroidery, How Doth the Little Busy Bee. I love this chart. And another Rosewood Manor, Quaker Compass. And I can't decide if I'm going to use what I bought from Ymir on one of those. I got a happy package from Ymir Almond M&Ms. While we were there, we got to stitch with her silk. Stacy was stitching a project, and we all got to stitch on hers. And then Ymir, who stitches on 56 count 1/1, asked us if we wanted to stitch on hers just to try it, and we all tried it. I messed up on her piece 3 times. I had to rip it out. The third time you could tell where I ripped it out because her poor floss was shredding, because frogging on 56 count is not fun. But anyways, look at this little nugget. So I got, I think it's called Gilded Gold, which would be perfect for that bee. And then I bought a hank of Berry Blue, 50 grams. Oh my gosh, look at that. I also might use this one for another Modern Folk Embroidery. The Zimmerman coverlet, I think that would be beautiful too. I don't want to lose this little baby, so I'm going to put this back in here. Okay. I also got some goodies from Acorns yesterday. I played hooky, called in sick. No, I took a day off yesterday and drove down to Acorns to meet with Cheryl, one half of Stitching with the Sisterlies, Anna Stitch Roadie. We ran into Lisa, the Kindred Stitcher, and we also ran into Robin, Lady Robin S. Oh my gosh, so many great charts, so much fun yesterday. Robin and Cheryl and Anna and I and Lynn is a friend of Robin. We all went to lunch and had a great day, and then we went to Pioneer Quilts because you have to do that when you go down to Portland. But anyways, here's the haul from the market day at Acorns. This one I cannot wait to start. It's a Primrose Cottage Stitches High Rules. I think a couple of us picked this one up. The colors just make me so happy. I did pick up my floss for this one, so it's calling my name to start. I got another Let's Talk. I did Let's Talk Quilting. And it looks like there's a bag at the bottom, I bet you it's the same bag pattern from the Let's Talk Stitching. I don't know. I'll have to see. Cheryl and I were walking around. I don't think Cheryl has done a Mill Hill kit either, so we were talking about starting a stitch along because Anna and I think Anna and Robin were talking about doing a stitch along. I said we can't be left out, so we're doing a Mill Hill Santa stitch along. I picked the Feliz Navidad Santa. He's so cute. Silver Creek samplers. I know this one's not new, but I loved it anyways. I love you to death. And a Bent Creek, the photo booth patterns, Frank and Boo. So cute. The new Prairie Schooler came out. And I picked this one up because my oldest son loves penguins, and there's 3 little penguins, and that represents my 3 kids. And then I saw these cottage garden samplings charts. There was quite a few to choose from, and something about this one just reminded me of summer. The Queen. This is Beezy Spring, but I'm going to use it as my summer piece. It speaks summer to me, not so much spring. So because I picked up something for summer, I had to pick up something for fall. Gathering Acorns will be my fall piece. The winter one is going to be It's Snow Time. And my spring piece is Strawberry Harvest. Even though strawberries come in the summer, this one speaks spring to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll switch it, who knows, but they're both so cute. So I picked those up. Also, while I was there, I picked up all my floss. I put them in a Ziploc bag so I don't lose them, but all my floss for the new Frosted Pumpkin Stitch Along, which is the Under the Sea, I think they're calling it. So darling. I also picked up, because if Anna and Robin enable you while you're standing there in line, I picked up a Hello Kitty needle minder. This one isn't for me. It's going to be for my daughter who loves Hello Kitty. And then I couldn't leave well enough alone, a little panda, of course, for Punky Pearls. Punky Pearls Panda needed a needle minder. And then we hopped on over to Pioneer Quilts. I did pick up some fabric for a custom order, but I also picked up a Barefoot Little Stitches wool applique kit. I picked up 2 of them. Enabling, I tell you, these ladies. But I got the strawberries and the bees. They're candle mats. So I think next time that we go to Anna's house, she's gonna show me how to make these. I'll probably bring the bee one, just because, oh my gosh. Look at that. I think that's all. Don't let me lie to you. I probably did buy more stuff, but that's all the stuff I have in front of me to show you as far as haul goes. Other than that, I think that's everything. I want to thank everybody for coming back and returning to the channel. I know I'm recording few and far between lately. I probably will keep going that way now that we have to go back to the office. We're not too happy about that one. I have been, like I said, sewing quite a bit. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you don't, either way, please do. That's how you can stay more up to date on what I'm doing. Thanks to the new subscribers, I noticed my numbers have gone up a little bit, so somebody must have mentioned me, and if you could shoot me down a message of who mentioned me, that would be great so I can publicly thank them. Other than that, I think I am just rambling now. I'm glad to have a video out for y'all, and happy stitching.